wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to our Spiritual Insight program, dear brothers and sisters. We have now reached the 16th of Ramazan. As from today, tonight evening, 16th of Ramazan has started. We've passed the 15th of Ramazan, and I'm sure, inshallah, that, dear brothers and sisters, you probably have done the Daud Amal, which is very important. As any mustajab dua that you have, anything that you want from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, with this amal, if you had practiced it today, performed it today, then inshallah your prayer would be granted in the eyes of Allah. One is because it's the month of Ramadan, we are the guest of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then secondly, when we do this amal, it is guaranteed that it does get accepted in the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have with our usual guest, Sheikh Jafar Imran, who is again hosting, who will be hosting and being the guest of the program as well. He does both parts with me. Assalamu alaikum, Brother Jafar. How are you?
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Brother Faizul Hassan. Dear viewers, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I congratulate you on the birth commemoration on the birth of Imam Hassan al-Mujtaba alayhi salatu wasalam, which was today during the daytime, and since yesterday we were celebrating his birth.
Yes, also to you as well, congratulations on the birth of our second Imam, Imam Hassan al-Mujtaba. It's a happy day for us. Today we all celebrated, we all read our ziyarats. Did you give any gift to anyone, Brother Jafar, on this occasion?
I was planning to receive from you because your name is Hassan, and it was the day of the birth of Imam Hassan. So I'm expecting something after the program, inshallah, from you. Yes.
I was expecting a gift from you rather than you sending a gift. My name is Hassan, so we should get the gift. Those that are called Hassan should be getting the gift, not the other way around.
We are celebrating you. Whatever you have, inshallah, you are going to share with us.
So I will ask Imam Hassan, then I will say Imam Hassan pass it to Jafar as well. Because those that have the
Hassan okay.
Right, let's start. So, Brother Jafar, what will we discuss today? Any ideas? Because we missed one day yesterday because of the internet.
Yeah, unfortunately. But inshallah today we have an interesting topics that we are going to present it to you. Concerning the issue of controversial, I chose to talk about culture versus Islam, which will be presented by Brother Faizul Hassan. Concerning akhlaq, we talked about arrogance, humility, and alhamdulillah today I chose to talk about riya, the issue of show off. What is riya and what is announcing Allah's bounty? Because in the Quran it says that if Allah gives you a blessing, or if Allah blesses you, you have to announce it. So how are you going to announce whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you without showing off, without showing riya, or without doing riya? That is one thing we are going to talk about. And one thing about Ramadan, because we are in the month of Ramadan, and we're only remaining with 14 or 15 days till the end of Ramadan. So I decided to talk about the spiritual, I call it 3D of fasting, 3 dimensions of fasting. And concerning the salah, that you, Maulana, Brother Faizul Hassan, you explained about Salatul Layl and Salat Jafar al-Tayyar. I hope inshallah you're going to present it, and you're going to talk about Salat Jafar al-Tayyar, how is it prayed, and if time allows, first of all, you have to talk about Salatul Layl, because it is a daily activity that every mu'min should do, if they have time. If they don't have time for the 11 rakats, then at least somebody should pray too. So you are going to explain to us that if time allows, inshallah, we are going to talk more about Salat Jafar al-Tayyar. So without taking much time, let me just give you the field. We will talk about the culture versus Islam, or I can start by presenting the akhlaq issue. What do you suggest, bro?
I said, as you've been going on a flow, I don't want to disturb your flow. So if you continue with
Ya Allah. Let me continue. Here, there is a verse in the Holy Quran that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَأَمَّا بِنِعْمَةِ رَبِّكَ فحدث. And verily, in the bounties of Allah, or the bounties that Allah have given you, the blessing that Allah has have given you, you have to announce. And on the other side, Aimmas, they really condemn people who do riyah, who do show off. So how are we going to balance the scale between these two things? Are we going to show off as if we are announcing the bounties of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or no? Or we are when we announce whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to us, will be like showing off. So what is what? Let me start by explaining what is riya in the hadith of Aimma alayhi salatu wasalam. Then I will explain to you that the verse that says what وَأَمَّا بِنِعْمَةِ رَبِّكَ فَحَدِّثْ. Starting with the issue of riya, which is show off, we have a hadith from the Prophet, from the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, from Surah Kafi, volume 2, in the chapter, or in the chapter called Riya, showing off, hadith number 14. And in Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad, the Holy Prophet says, Sayati ala nasi zamani, it will come a time for people. It will reach a time for people. Let me. Sayati ala nasi zamanun. It will reach a time for people. Takhbuthu fihi sarairuhum. The people will start disliking their own secrets. It's like when you put your own secrets. I have this in the bank. This is where I'm going. People will start hating their own secret. وَتَحْسُنُ فِيهِ عَلَانِيَتُهُمْ. And people will start loving the showing off, that I have this, I have that. They will start loving the outside material. They won't like to hide whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told them to hide. Let me say like a woman's beauty. In some countries, unfortunately in Islamic countries, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has commanded the women to observe hijab, to hide their own beauty. That is sir. That is a secret that somebody has to hide. The body shape, the hair, the hair color, the length of the hair. Those are the things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala condemned. And He doesn't like people to show off. But people will start disliking their own secrets. And they will start liking whatever is outside. So, طمعا في الدنيا. Here the Holy Prophet says طمعا في الدنيا. Why? Because people are greedy to the world material, or to the world. If I show my hair, somebody is going to employ me. If I do this, somebody will like me. If I go out with such a car, somebody will like me, or even can promote me. So why are people disliking their own secret, and they like showing off because of greediness to the world? لا يريدون به ما عند ربهم. They don't want whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has bestowed for them. يكون دينهم رياء. Their religion will be showing off. If you show off very well, so that person is that person is a religious. When you pray in the mosque wearing a nice distache, you don't wear it because you are a Muslim. You should be clean. You are wearing it because you want to show people that what, I had money, I bought this and this and that. That will be their religion. You have knowledge, you start you're starting disturbing, or you start criticizing some other scholars. That person doesn't know this. If you have knowledge, you have to be very humble. You have to observe humility. You shouldn't be somebody to show off whatever you are having, because whatever we are having, it comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. لا يخالطهم الخوف يعمهم الله قلوبهم. They don't fear anything. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has already veiled their own heart. So they can't distinguish between the good and the bad, between the right and the wrong thing. فَيَدْعُونَهُ دُعَاءُ الْغَرِيقِ. Listen here. These people who start showing off, they will start showing off their religion, or showing off whatever they are having. فَيَدْعُونَهُ دُعَاءُ الْغَرِيقِ. They will start asking Allah. They will start can I say requesting? No, they will start asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They will start doing supplication to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, like the person who is drowning. Dua al-ghariq is the dua that somebody recites. There is nothing except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who can take me out from this drowning issue, from this drowning problem. So people will be in such situation, they will be like, they will really need Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in such a bad situation. فَلَا يَسْتَجِيبُ لَهُمْ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala won't answer them. Why? Because they started showing off their own secrets. They start going out and showing their own secrets. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave me this. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave me this and this. Some things should be placed as secret. Like the Holy Prophet told us, we have to start to store three, or to put three things as a secret. One is your own wealth. You shouldn't tell people, I have this amount in the bank, I have this, I have that, I have this asset. If you start doing that, then you start creating enmity, and some people, you'll have also a Hassan, a bad eye of people will start looking with a bad eye. You'll have Hassan. And the second thing is where you're going. Right now I'm here, I am going there, I'm going there. You shouldn't be announcing where you're going. You can have accident. Some people can go against Allah's wish and can go to witchcraft and cause you problem. And the third thing is your madhab. And that's why in madhab of Shia we have taqiyya. You shouldn't start showing off, you are wrong, I am right. Some people will hate you and kill you. So some things you have to keep them as secret. If we do that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to bless us. So the second hadith, I'm only going to read 3 hadiths. Today Hassan just leave the field for me. I want to talk about Riyah for people to understand. So in the second hadith, Imam Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam is saying, Man amila din nasi kana thawabuhu ala nas. The Imam Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam is saying, whoever works for people, his thawab is going, his reward will come from people. If we pray because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if we give out charity because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah is going to reward us. Hassan, I saw nowadays people when, Brother Hassan, I saw nowadays people when they give out charity, you give out charity while taking a selfie, that you are giving out charity to. Yeah, that's it. Because you are doing because of social media. So your thawab will come from social media. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not going to reward that person, that kind of a person. Here Imam Sadiq says, Man amila linnas, if a person works for people, kana thawabuhu ala nas, his thawab will come from people. Ya Zurara, he's telling his Sahaba Zurara, Ya Zurara, kullu riya'in shirk. Oh Zurara, every show off is shirk. Every show off is shirk. Why? Because you are showing people instead of thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you are doing shirk. Because you want your thawab to come from people. You want people to start commenting to you, oh, you've done that very well, you did this. Whatever you are doing, you should do it as a secret. If it is a good thing, then you should know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who gave you the chance of opportunity or the chance to do the good thing. So you should thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If it is a bad thing, you shouldn't show off that, I'm taking alcohol. No. That one you should repent to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Don't show off. Don't show people that, I can cross the boundaries of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That one, it will attract Allah's attention and Allah will punish you. The third hadith that I want to talk about, and the second hadith came from Wasailu Shia, volume number 1, page 49. The third hadith. Before I continue, just brother, do you have anything to add on?
Yes, Brother Jafar, very interesting what you're talking about. This showing off. And showing off, it's in many forms. You can find this in many forms. For example, if someone buys a car, if someone buys a house, if someone wears a nice suit, clothes, anything that you buy and your intention is to show it off to the people. And that is where we have a problem. It shouldn't be to show off.
Yes.
It should be for yourself, for your own pleasure, for your own self. But I think maybe after your third hadith, if you could explain this more to myself and to the viewers, how can we make our intentions pure? That it's only for ourselves, not for other people. And sometimes you want to show off, because sometimes you really do want to show off to your friends and your family that you've done something nice or something like this. So where do we draw the line? Where do we say this is now it's riyakari, but now this is okay, this I can show off to my friends? Because you do like to get approval from your family, So where do we draw this line? Where is that line?
But you have to choose which person to share your information with. If it is your friend, if it is me and you, just tell me, Jafar, how is my mama? Hassan, is my heart well? Is it a nice color? You choose somebody whom you can share the issue with, the secret with, for you to get the information of that person, to get the attention of that person. That is okay. But showing off is that you go in front of people. Oh, you know what? This guy, I bought it in this amount, and yet you have some people in your community who are sleeping hungry. You are not trying to get somebody's comment concerning what you are wearing, or how is it, or maybe the person can even tell you, Hassan, you bought your mama for, I don't know, $300. There is a shop there in the corner which sells at $200. I wish you would have gone there. If you want somebody's comment briefly, you just go to the person and talk to him. Don't tell him, oh, people right now you want to tell me, oh, Jafar, this my mama is so and so. The viewers are watching. You are going to hurt some people. Some other people will come and say, yeah, this Maulana is wearing an amama of $500, and yet yesterday I didn't eat even suhoor. I didn't even eat iftar. So you should look which person to tell. Some people in the family, they are not good to share your secrets with. Even if they are your brothers, they can't comment.
There is no amama of $500 or 500,000. Amamas are very
I'm
cheap just
just
in case
giving
they get.
example. No. I'm just giving example. Yeah. Don't shoot. Don't start. I'm just giving out example for people to understand what I'm saying. And on the other side, let me finish the third hadith. Then I tell you why the issue. وَأَمَّا بِنِعْمَةِ رَبِّكَ فَحَدِّثْ. عن الصادق عليه الصلاة والسلام. Imam Sadiq is saying, سفينة البحار. He says, الرياء شجرة لا تثمر. Riya is a tree that will not bear fruit. Riya is a tree that will never bear fruit. إلا الشرك الخفي وأصلها النفاق, except the secret, the secret shirk, the secret associating something with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Shirk. إلا شرك الخفي, the little, or the khafi is what, Hassan? Khafi or khafif, very light. Yeah. The very, except the light shirk, and the root of that tree is what is nifaq, is hypocrisy. So if you do riya, is a tree that is not going to bear fruit, is like a tree that is not going to bear fruit. Its fruit is what is nifaq, is hypocrisy, because you are not doing it to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You are a hypocrite to your own self and to people. You are doing because of people. You are not doing because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because you are not doing the hypocrisy to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah already knows your attention. No, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to the viewers. Allah already knows your attention. So you are not trying to do you are not trying to do the hypocrisy to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Rather, you are lying to your own self. That I did this because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and the real thing is not that. You are giving out charity. It is you are going to get thawab, but you shouldn't just give out charity like that and taking snapshot, I don't know, Instagram photo and posting it online to show up people. That is about riya. So riya is a condemned act from the Ma'sumin alayhimu salatu wassalam, and we shouldn't do that. Concerning وَأَمَّا بِنِعْمَةِ رَبِّكَ فَحَدِّثْ, about the verse, for us not to contradict between riya and the issue of وَأَمَّا بِنِعْمَةِ رَبِّكَ فَحَدِّثْ, announcing Allah's bounties. Here, I would like to share with you something. Like, you are a doctor, you are a psychiatrist, and in your own area, you have some people who don't have money to go to the hospital for treatment. You going there, telling them, sorry, may I treat you? Not even can I treat you. You shouldn't go with that flag. You should go with a humble self. That, hey, are you having somebody who is ill? I heard there are 2-3 people in this village who are critically ill. Can I come forward and treat you? If you go there with that heart, some people will accept. Then they will ask you, who are you? Who sent you here? You just tell them, I'm a doctor, I'm a qualified doctor. I decided just to come here and treat you. You are trying to announce Allah's bounty. وَأَمَّا بِنِعْمَةِ رَبِّكَ فَحَدِّثْ, in a positive way, not in a showing off issue. That you sit somewhere, then who is an ill person over here? I want to treat that person. No, just go to the person who doesn't have. whose life or whose financial status is very low. Go to that person humbly and tell the person, can I treat you? You know that somebody is there is having a lot of stress, is having depression. Why? Because of the worldly issues. Go to that person, talk to that guy nicely, talk to that lady very nicely. You know what? These things are like this. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to give you comfort and this and this. You are trying to announce to people that you are a psychiatrist, you are, I don't know, a physician or a doctor, but in a positive way. That is وَأَمَّا بِنِعْمَةِ رَبِّكَ فَحَدِّثْ. You are having a car and you see a person walking, you know that person that or that child is walking every day 15 kilometer, 8 kilometer to go to school. No, I'm not talking about that area of yours. In our area, Africa here, we know some other people, they normally walk 15 kilometer, 10 kilometer just to go and fetch water. I'm having a car. Tell that person, just come and I give you a lift to the well or to the borehole for you to go and fetch some water. You are announcing Allah's bounty, but in a positive way. Not in a real way, but in a positive way. You give that person a lift without taking anything from that person. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be pleased with you. With your act, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to bless you as well. But you announcing to people that I have this, I have a car, you're having it. So by you announcing, are you benefiting anything? You're not benefiting anything. Rather, you are trying to hurt us. And we are going to be greedy on your own wealth. Then the day after tomorrow, you'll be having a hazard, you'll go down, you'll have an accident. That is another negative issue. That may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from it.
So, Brother Jafar, there's another thing as well. Sometimes
Bring it
those
up.
that show up.
I'm well organized. Bring it up.
Well, today, you confuse me. So there are some individuals that do show up, but they forget that there are other people that are not looking at you in happiness. They're looking with the eyes of jealousy. So, for example, if someone is showing off, and all of a sudden this person gets jinxed. When they get jinxed, for example, the car gets crashed, something happens like this. I know a person who he wasn't really showing off. He had a nice car, and someone looked at his car in a very in a way, I can't say what kind of way it is, but it's a way where you get jinxed. Once you get jinxed, either you have an accident, or your car gets damaged, or something happens to you. So something negative happens to you, something good doesn't happen. So even that person wasn't showing off. His car was a nice, attractive car. It was a new car. It was an Audi car, and then some individuals looked at the car and they found it, pleasing to their eyes. And those eyes, the way they looked at this car, they sent some kind of energy towards the car that he straight away he had an accident, and he knew it was because of them looking at the car. So these things happen. So people should also, if they don't believe in any religion, maybe they should understand that by showing off, there's also negative energy coming out. Not everyone looks with pleasure. Not everyone looks with happiness. There are very few people that will be happy for your happiness. Many people will always be jealous. We have a hadith, a narration, Brother Jafar, where it says that everyone gets jealous. It depends on what you do with that jealousy. So we all human beings have a tendency of jealousy. Some have a lot of jealousy. Some have very few, little jealousy, but they do have jealousy. And good jealousy is called envy, where you envy, you want to be like that person, but you don't feel any hatred for that person. Bad jealousy is where you want to harm that person. And the minimum harm that you do is by just looking from your eyes. And the way you look at this thing, you jinx it. And so I'm sure there's a lot of our viewers, if you are watching the program, dear viewers, if you feel like sharing this, because today Brother Jafar is on a roll about showing off and etc. Therefore, if you want to share your experience with us, you can give us a call on the number provided, but it has to be through WhatsApp. So if you give us a call, we'd like to know your experience, what has happened to you in your life, where you were jinxed and you felt that this was jinxed. Now, sometimes you're not even showing off, but it's just sometimes you get jinxed, and that's why you have to read the Qul that we have, the 4 Quls that we have. We should read La hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi al-azim. We should read MashaAllah. These things has to be said, recited before you go out or you buy something, so that you get this protection from those eyes, those evil eyes. I wouldn't say they're evil, but some people innocently also jinx another person as well. And I've seen this many times, many times. This in my experience. What about you, brother Jafar? Have you seen these kind of issues happening? Being jinxed?
Yeah, bro. And one thing my lecturer was telling me is that if you buy something new and you want to protect it from Hassan, not from Ria, I'm talking about Hassan, because your intention is not to show off people, but you bought it because you are in need of it. First of all, you have to buy things that you are in need of them. If it is a car, we should just buy a nice or standard car that we need. We are in need of it or because of the speed, because of the space. And after buying it, before even using it, give out sadaqah. Give out sadaqah to protect your own car. Give out sadaqah the way you feel. You know, I can't buy. Hassan, are you first of all in the bracket? Are you the owner of the Audi, or
No,
you're
no,
the
no,
friend
no.
of the person who had? The way you explained
I'm the
it,
friend.
it was very nice. I thought you are the owner of the Audi. So I can't buy an Audi maybe costing 10,000 pounds. Then I give out sadaqah of, I don't know, 10 pounds. That is nothing. If I have a big blessing, then I should have, let me say I can even slaughter something and give out the charity. I give the meat out as a charity to orphanage, or even to the needy people. That is going to protect my car from this hazard issue. So whenever you buy something new, give out sadaqah and try to protect it by putting it in a safe place. If you know your working place is there, they have a parking lot there. It is empty, but you are afraid maybe a hazard can follow you. Then take the car to another parking. What's wrong with that? Don't tell me I have to put my car here because I'm the CEO, I'm the manager. I don't know, I'm the who. Then you attract people's attention. Give out sadaqah, take the car to another place. After a week or two, when the car is a little bit has already worked on the road, then put the car there in your parking. No problem. Nothing can harm it.
So Jafar, before we continue this, I just want to, shortly always gives information about what's really going on with this program, Spiritual Insight. We also give our viewers an opportunity to ask questions about um, personal issues that they have. So this brother that messaged me, and the person who's behind the scenes was looking at these things, he was asking about some orphanage. So this brother was asking about the orphanage, and he said he wanted to open the orphanage with a sister. So the sister is the letter starts with Z. So she has good energy in her. So he looked at the Quran. He says she has positive energy. She has light. There's nur in her, and it seems like she's already doing some kind of profession, like a doctor or helping things. So if anyone who would like to work with her in opening the orphanage, then it's a good way. It's a very good way. The light is positive, and there will be a good match for that person as well. So the brother, the brother that you mentioned to me. So if he wants to marry her as well, maybe then he can marry her, and there would be no issues. It's very positive energy. So when I was giving the advice that any letter that starts with Z, then the number is a bit heavy. The names. But in this one, no, it seems okay. Yeah. So if you could find out, if you could let that brother know about this, and then
Mm.
this would be much appreciated. So, and then there was another picture that they sent, and the name they sent. What does the brother want for that person? Can you find out? Because he's watching now on the TV, I think.
Not really. Maybe I finish up here, then I communicate with the person.
Right. Okay. That's fine. So, dear
Mm.
brothers and sisters, if you are
Yeah.
watching the program, if you have any questions like this, the number is provided on the television. You can contact us, you can message us, and questions like these can be answered very easily. Continue, Brother Jafar.
Yeah, bro. I think I've already finished explaining about, announcing the bounties of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala towards you, and about the issue of fear. Do you have time to explain to us culture versus Islam and the issue of Salat before I go to Ramadan
Yeah.
issue?
Yes, Salat I
Bismillah.
will mention, and I want to mention another thing about Salat.
Mm.
I had a lot of brothers coming to me and sisters. They're saying, Sheikhna or Sayyidna, we sometimes forget which rakat we are in. Maybe are we on the fourth rakat? Are we on the fifth rakat? There is no fifth rakat, but they make a mistake. And are we on the second
Mhm.
rakat? What's really going on? How can we protect ourselves? We understand, okay, when we make a mistake, how to correct it. They understand these rules. But how can we
Mhm.
protect ourselves from making that mistake? Is there a technique you can advise us from making sure that we know where we are in the salat? So, first of all, dear brothers and sisters, you need to understand that salat is like you sitting in an aeroplane. So, you are the pilot who is driving this aeroplane. So, what does the airplane do? So, the pilot is always aware of where he is. He will know the direction where he is. He will keep checking. So when you're praying salat, you need to think of it as if you're flying the airplane. And while you're flying the airplane, you have to keep in mind of where you are, at what location, what direction you are. Even if it's a car. When you're driving a car, you always check the speed of the car. You always check, for example, where you are, where you have to stop, what you have to do, where do you have to turn. So you keep this information in your mind. The same applies for salat. While you're praying salat, don't make your mind drift off and start thinking about something else. You have to keep in your mind that where you are at this very point, and you have to keep reminding yourself. Yes, so I've read my Alhamd, I've read my In Allah, whatever surah you read after Alhamd, and then you remember. So the best way to remember which position you are is the takbir, the Allahu Akbar that we say. Because the Allahu Akbar that we say in the salat, it means that you are changing your position. You are changing your situation. So you will notice that when you say Allahu Akbar, you move to ruku. And then you get up, but then you come back from ruku in qiyam position, standing position. And then you say Allahu Akbar again. And then you go in sujood position. When you're coming out of sujood, you say Allahu Akbar. So if you remember the Allahu Akbar that you say in every position of your salat, you should be able to remember where you are in your salat. Keep in mind that Allahu Akbar is the signal where you are now about to change your position from one state to the other state. And this is one way that you can remember where you are. Now, sometimes some people get confused when they go in sujood. They think, did I do ruku or did I not do ruku? This is something that happens common with a lot of those that read namaz. They get confused in the when they're in sujood, or when they sit back and from sujood, they are thinking, did I do ruku or not? So, but if you follow this protocol of Allahu Akbar after every action, you will remember
Mhm.
where you are. Then when you are in sujood, then don't pay attention to this suspicion, this doubt coming. Did I do my ruku or did I not do my ruku? What's the real situation? Because you know that automatically your body knows, your mind knows, is qiyam, ruku, then sujood. Qiyam, ruku, then sujood. So your body will automatically do this. But if you keep remembering the Allahu Akbars that you say in between, they would be very helpful for you to making sure you know where you are. That is why I think one of the reasons is that Allahu Akbar is there. The main reason Allahu Akbar we say is because you're telling yourself that you're changing your state.
Yes, one more thing. Oh, if I would like to add here, one more thing that one of the prominent scholars or Sheikh told me, and he's very famous. I'm not going to mention his name. He told me when you are in the first rakah reading, because we know it is recommended for you after Surah Al-Fatiha, you read in Nazanaf in al. So while you are in the first rakah reading in Surah Al-Fatiha, you should start, planning on what you are going. You should start focusing on the second rakah. What am I going to recite in the second rakah? What am I going to do in the second rakah? So you are in that first rakah, but you are start thinking. You've already started thinking about your second rakah. While you are in the second rakah, after here I need to sit there and read tashahhud. So you should be thinking of that. I mean, simply as you are saying, brother Faizul Hassan, you should just be thinking about the prayer, not outside of the prayer. No, right now, oh, my house is my house is I don't know. I have not yet paid the rent. If you will start thinking about the how to pay the rent in the salah, even before you finish the salah, you wouldn't have already paid the rent. So it is only take it only takes 4 minutes for you to pray, or even 5 minutes. Concentrate about the salah while you are still in the salah. You're in the second rakah after Fatiha, and right now I have to do qunut. What do I need from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? That is okay. If you think about the salah itself, it is okay. Your mind has not yet gone out of the position or the action of salah. So you think that right now I'm in the second rakah. Okay, after Fatiha, I've already recited Suratul Tawheed, Qul Wallahu Ahad. Right now, what should I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? To protect me, to protect my kids, to protect my family, to protect my parents. After that, I'm having tashahud. So what is the best form of tashahud should I read? Can I just start ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, bismillah wa billah wa khairul asma husna lillah? Your mind should just be running around the salat itself. That one is a very good and a very short remedy of the people who normally forget in which rakat.
That's very nice, Brother Jafar, because the most important thing in our life has to be salat. That for a Muslim, that's the main priority. And salat should be a place where you leave the world. You forget thinking about anything that is concerned with the materialistic world. You only think about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and this is a space, it's a safe space. It's a safe place where now you can forget about all the troubles, all the things that excite you, all the things that make you happy or sad. You forget all of those things. You're now in a neutral place with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is how we have to bring ourselves into this kind of state, where when we do this Allahu Akbar, basically what we're saying is we're throwing the world on the back. Now we're moving towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and this is how we should keep our mindset when we are doing our salat. So this is what I wanted to just discuss about today, and the Salatul Layl and the Salatul Jafar Tiyar we'll discuss tomorrow, because I understand we've only got 15 minutes left, and we've got a few questions as well from the callers they've asked, and those that are watching the program. And you wanted to say something about Ramadan as well, Brother Jafar.
Now, should we give out the time to answer the questions, or should I talk about Ramadan?
I think talk about Ramadan first.
Okay, thank you very much. This topic of today, it is 3 spiritual dimension of fasting. So I just called it 3D of fasting, 3 dimensions of fasting. Yeah, it is 3D. An interesting thing. I saw. 3D yeah, three dimensions of fasting. 3 dimensions of fasting. Yes, I called it that way. So the first dimension that I would like to talk about is behavioral dimension. When we are fasting, fasting is the only act that is it is between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It doesn't have any outside or external display. Something to do with zakah, brother Hassan. Something to do with zakah is that you are giving out something from your own house or from your own pocket. Hajj, you are traveling from one place to another just to to perform the Hajj itself. Something to do with salah, you are praying, everyone is watching you. Even if you wake up at night and pray, people just talking, that person, he's either witchcraft, a witch doctor, or even he's either praying. If he's praying, then may Allah accept his prayers. If he's a witch doctor, may Allah keep him away from us. So even if you do it at night in your own house, people just know from the lightning. So it has every action, every wajib action that we are having, even a bad action. It has external display or outside display. But this one, no, it doesn't have the first thing. It's not like that. So it tries to our behavior, that not everything that should be displayed, subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to accept it. In fact, whatever is kept as a secret, because we've already talked about riyah, whatever is kept as a secret, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will reward you more and more. Will reward because you kept it. If you give out sadaqah, it has an outside or an external display that people will know that you've taken out something to give out to someone else. But if you do it as a secret, no one will know. So this Ramadan and fasting issue is going to shape our behavior. For our behavior to be only absolutely for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because if you fast, bro, no one knows if you fasted or not. 2 days back or 3 days back, we talked about Oh, not here, in one place. I talked about, the action. Our action are being presented to our imams every Monday and Friday. That's why we are asked to start to be fasting on Mondays and Thursdays. In order, when our files goes to our imam, it goes with a idea that somebody was fasting. So that is a very good thing. That's a very good thing. When you fast, may it be wajib or habit, it is only between me and me, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you put that in mind, that Allah wa ta'ala rewards us big in fasting because it is done as a secret, and it is a secret between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to reward us big. From that example, we can daily life. Whenever you do what a good or a good action, we are doing anything, then we should do it as a secret for Allah to reward us more. So this is behavioral dimension. It will change our behavior in not showing off, but just doing it for the absolute of Allah, of getting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's reward. The second I would like to talk about is reward dimension. Everyone craves for Allah's and reward. And here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promised us. In the Hadith al-Qudsi, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, As-sawmu li wa ana ajzibi. The fasting is mine, and I'm the one who is going to reward you, or I'm one who is going to reward. So if we put that in mind, we know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala definitely is going to reward, and we should observe or be patient with the task that you're going to, with the hunger that you get, with the just being patient. Somebody else has disturbed you or has disturbed you the whole day. He has distracted your own peace. We should be patient, and that falls under the. We have three types of patience, of sabr. One type al-Attar, being patient. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, being patient because of because of obedience, because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this here, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, we are trying to be patient and to be patient. The hunger we are getting, just because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is the second dimension that I would like to talk about. Beside us keeping it as changing our own behavior, one thing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promised us, and that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will reward us for the fasting. Yes, brother?
Yes, very interesting, Brother Jafar. So these are the three dimensions that you mentioned before. How did you come up with this idea, or where did you hear this from, Brother Jafar? The three dimensions. It's very interesting.
I will send you the book for you also to. I will tell you the page. You the book for you also to go through it. You read the whole book, then you'll come up with something like this. Inshallah.
Inshallah. Very good. Very good.
Okay. The third issue, actual dimension. The actuals of fasting. Everyone, we should know that not everyone during the whole month of Ramadan, the holy month of Ramadan, fasts and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts his or her fasting. No, that one we should just put our mind there. That not everyone who fasts during the month of Ramadan, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept his fast. Some people fast just because they want to show off people, or because Muslim should just fast. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't accept such type of fast. But they just fast, but they don't get any reward. It's like they've stayed the whole day, they're hungry without taking anything. Why? Because they've not yet prayed. On the other side, they were showing off. On the other side, they were backbiting. On the other side, they talk negative about someone. They lied about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Holy Prophet. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is reward them. That's why we have in a dua in the last day of Ramadan, we normally recite this. I hope Brother Faizul recited this dua. In dua, we normally pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we say, Allahumma ja'al siyami fihi samasi. O Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we ask you to make my fasting to fasting of the people who fast, the real people who fast. Like right now, I cannot my fasting to Imam Mahdi. I cannot compare my fasting to Maraja. I cannot compare fasting to Ayatullah Sistani or somebody like him. Why? Because actions. So we normally ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from the first day of Ramadan that Allah make you to make my fasting to be like the fasting of people who normally fast for the absolute reward of your own of your own. وَقِيَامِي فِيهِ قِيَامُ الْقَائِمِينَ, and my standing up or my prayers. Oh Allah, I'm asking you to make my prayers to be the absolute prayer that other people, that the real people pray, the way real people pray. وَنَبِّهْنِي فِيهِ مِنْ غَافِلِينَ, and you wake me up from the of the who are asleep. If I sleep, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala must to guide my heart and to put me in the straight.
MashaAllah, Brother Jafar. There's a few questions that I've had some viewers asking us. Can I answer them quickly? So, Brother Ahmed, you asked for doing an istikhara, and the istikhara has come as follows. Let me just bring it up. So it's come average. Doing it or not doing it is equal. So there's no gain and there's no loss. It's just equal. So if you were looking for some gain, there's no gain in this. And if you're looking, there might be a loss. There's no loss in it. It's just equal. So the surah is Surah Zamr, ayat number 41. So you can check in the Quran and you will find out what this means. But from that ayat, this is the istikhara that comes like this. There was another person who wanted to do an istikhara, a sister, about should she marry so should he marry this lady, the brother said to the sister. So I will just do the istikhara quickly and answer that as well. And then if you need more details about what type of person this is, who this is, how the life would be, it's not a future prediction, it's just pathways. Islamically we only show pathways. We don't tell the future, because future is not allowed to be told. Only Iblis knows the future to a certain extent. The reason why Iblis knows it is because when he was in the fourth dimension, the fourth heaven, the fourth sky, you can say, he had looked at the what do you call it, Jafar, brother Jafar? Can you help me? The Lohe Mahfuz.
What
Was it? There was a Lohe Mahfuz, something like this. He looked at something.
How can I say it?
I don't know how to say it in English. Yeah. So there was a table, let's say a light table, where there's everything written about the human future, what's going to happen in the world. Everything is written there, but there's many directions. So he once had a peek in that, and that's why he teaches his shayateen about what could happen in the future. And that's why you will see sometimes in some cartoons, in some play, people predicting the future. They're saying this will happen. That's all because they're connected with the shayateen, and those shayateens have some information, and those information are passed down. But we do not rely on this. We rely that we can still change because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us this choice to change our destiny. So someone might be destined for hell, but he can change his destiny to go to heaven by the steps he takes. And this is a choice that Allah has given, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself, and he has given from his power that we can also choose, but in a limited form. So this is what I wanted to say, and this one is istikhara, and the answer for that istikhara is this. Yes, please do this, and you will reach your objective. So whoever wants to marry the person of the marriage, you can marry that person, and you will reach your objective. So that's my part done, Brother Jafar. I think we've only got 3 minutes left. Do you want to wrap up the whole program, and we can say goodbyes to the viewers that are watching the program?
No, bro, I had a hadith, but it's come about the issue of fasting. Inshallah, tomorrow before the program, I will start by reciting the hadith, because I prepared the hadith for today, but the time is not on. So inshallah, tomorrow I will start by reciting the hadith from the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then we continue the program. I don't have anything to add. I just wish them a very successful days for the remaining, 15 days of Ramadan, and may Allah accept their prayers and their supplication as well.
So we didn't discuss about the cultural issues. Inshallah, we'll discuss that tomorrow about the culture, religion, and culture. So so just to give a bit of
I saw it is better to talk about during this month.
Yes, but also cultures, because some people culturally practice the religion, but they do not practice the religion by understanding why they're doing these actions. There's a cultural religion practice, and then there is a understanding the meaning of why you're doing this performance. For example, some people will, for example, well, we'll discuss this tomorrow. We haven't got enough time anyway. We've got 2 minutes. But dear viewers, if you are watching the program tomorrow, we will discuss about cultural issues, the pros and the cons, the advantages of having a cultural Islamically attitude things to do, and then how culture can be a benefit for us, and how sometimes culture can also become a harm for our spirituality, our growth as well. So we will discuss this tomorrow, and there are various to this as well, which we'll discuss inshallah. So, Brother Jafar, any last few words before I say goodbye to our viewers and we leave?
No, I have nothing left out.
Okay. Dear viewers, thank you so much for watching the program. If you have any questions, just like as usual as today, send us your messages.